Here are 6 traits of a true professional. The good girl to the bad bitch journey is the pathway to self-actualization. If you want to become competent, well-respected, and highly coveted, you have to follow and embody these 6 following traits. Number 1, grow no matter where you are. It doesn't matter what job you're doing. What matters is the internal growth that you experience. All growing pains and learning curves are character development. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be a dishwasher somewhere, a receptionist. You can be an intern. You can work retail. What entry level, it doesn't matter what you do. A professional is an embodiment. It's a mature mindset. And a mature mindset maximizes their growth in any given environment. You could be a stay-at-home mother. There's so much you can learn in all of these menial positions. Menial when it's not a type of position that makes a lot of money or has potential for high earning in our capitalistic society. But a professional never treats their position, any job, no matter how small and insignificant other people may treat it, or how you may see yourself doing this type of job, a professional never minimizes the impact and the importance of any position they're in. And with every position, there's so much growth that happens. Anybody who has become really successful has learned a lot of their work ethics and discipline from these early positions, and I would say the same thing about myself. There are highly educated people with master's, PhD, maybe professional designation, maybe you're a lawyer or accountant, and while they have a professional designation, they may not have a professional mindset. They may not be a professional in their embodiment. Constant complaining or wishing that you have something better, wishing that you're more ahead, not wanting to deal with the challenges, the learning curve, the growth process and journey, that is an immature mindset, which blocks your growth and you get in your own way of tapping into your true potential. Number 2, be an excellent follower. Many people have issues with authority and they become contrarians or try to fight against the system or question the authority. They also may want to change the process to how they see fit. But as somebody who hasn't yet had the experience or haven't had a chance to solve a lot of problems in your industry, you are not being a good follower because your ego gets in the way. When you're not a good follower, you don't become a good leader. All good leaders have been good followers. For example, you cannot imagine an engineer at the top of their game who didn't know how to follow instructions. There's no way you can be a good employee when you're not good at following instructions and doing your job to the best of your ability. Those instructions and processes are there for a reason. And when you're not high up in the hierarchy or you're too new to your position or in the industry, you are not seeing many aspects. And no matter how much you think you know the ins and outs of what's happening in the industry or in your position, you lose huge potential and you self-sabotage when you resist, when you don't want to follow. Ironically, people who reject being a follower are the ones who are actually opting into their own oppression and upholding oppression. You're not going to be chosen. You're going to come across very difficult to work with, and you're not going to be chosen. You're self-sabotaging. You're never going to see what you're capable of. You're not going to be included in the important visible work. And all of that is self-sabotage. You're going to suffer financially. If you're too much work to lead, you just don't get chosen. And that self-sabotage is keeping you in oppression. Remember that your failure helps the oppressors, and you have to work on your ego. Resisting authority makes you a bad follower, and when you're a bad follower, you either get turned into a workhorse who only does one specific type of work because your leaders will see you as, oh, that's all she's good for, or you'll be miserable and optionless as a lone wolf. 3, be a figure outer. Instead of going to people and asking questions the moment something doesn't make sense or you can't understand how it works, first, figure out what you can do in your own power, what's in your control, what can you try, how can you experiment in a safe manner before you go and ask for help and before you leverage other people's time, energy, and resources. A leader is a figure outer. The good girl will come across a problem, try a few things, oh, this didn't work, and then immediately go and ask somebody for help. That drains a lot of resources. You have to interrupt somebody, you have to tap into someone's time and energy, and all of that is money. What this shows is that you're not self-sufficient and you don't trust yourself. Until you demonstrate leadership qualities, you will not be chosen for leadership. Number 4, be collaborative. Go and try things, experiment, have new findings, and bring that back and share that with your crew. You become the most interesting person in the room. Not only helpful, not only valuable, but also interesting, and this is extremely charismatic. When you have a mentor figure and that person gives you ideas or suggestions, go try that, bring back the results, and share that with your mentor. This is what builds a relationship with that person. Otherwise, you're taking ideas, you're taking thoughts, everything's internally processed. You go and do things and then you tune out. You're not entering back into the community and being a person of value. This doesn't mean that you go and overshare because that's very socially inelegant. You also have to make sure that you gatekeep so you get paid. You're not giving everything away for free, but you're being a collaborative member of a community, whether that's a corporate environment, in your business, with your peers, your accountability partner, with a mentor figure. When you show up like this, people want to help you more because you inspire them and you gave them ideas too. This is how you build relationships and position yourself as a leader. Number 5, stay curious and keep learning. Listen, observe, pay attention to what's going on, not just in your industry, but also in the world around you. You learn so much about what you can do and how you can improve yourself when you pay attention to other industries that are adjacent, but even industries that have no relation to you. When you're a professional, you can get ideas from everywhere. Inspiration will hit when you open your mind to different aspects and expose yourself to a world that is completely outside of yours. Especially now with the AI, every industry is changing. So not only you have to learn more about how your industry is changing and evolving and roll with that, you also have to learn about other industries because a lot of times that's how you get the best ideas and inspirations of how to position yourself uniquely in the marketplace. For example, I'm not just a coach or an author. I have to pay attention to tech and how tech impacts my industry. Not only I have to become better as a coach and an author, I need to pay attention to how to be a better business person. These are all adjacent industries. But I also get a lot of inspiration from entirely different industries in arts and entertainment too. 6, be an action taker. The more you try, the more you experiment, the more you rehearse, the better you become. You cannot beat practice. Thinking about taking action and contemplating are not practice. Now more and more, because of AI and all the changes that we are experiencing right now globally, you have to develop yourself and uniquely position yourself to be highly covetable. Your professionalism, social intelligence, emotional intelligence, interpersonal skills, communication skills are going to be crucial. In the past, if you were competent in a technical skill, these are just add-ons. You could coast and survive okay. But now, these are essential requirements. With less entry levels and less positions available, you need to excel in humanness in ways that AI cannot replace. Go to the description to start training.